Holy moly. I love being here. All this freedom. I am so honored. And I lift my hands to the Tsleil-Waututh, the Musqueam, and the Squamish nations for welcoming us so beautifully to their territory. Thank you so much to Mandy for that beautiful song. I look forward to your closing. Man, I'm just excited to be here. As you heard, my name is Racelle Kooy, Racelle Kooy in Squest. I'm also delighted to be known as La Loya. La Loya is a name that comes to me from my Statlium relations. It's a hereditary name that was passed to me when I was 18 years old. And I honor that name. I cherish my Statlium relatives as much as I hold dear to my heart my Secwépemc relatives, and in particular my grandfather Eric Hillman from the northern Secwépemc Tegelmach, and my grandmother Lillian Peters from Lower Statlium. And I'm so honored to see you here. I was able to be part of the audience for a little while, and I have to do a very special shout out because I'm so honored and delighted and full of love that my parents are here. And to be frank, the reason why I can stand here as confidently as I am and speak my truth is because there's two amazing people who've loved me unconditionally from the moment I was probably conceived, I'm not going to ask questions, to when I was born. Just saying. Making peace with politics. For the past 20 years, I have specialized in branding and positioning, leveraging the opportunities to amplify a message, a brand, an idea, first for Indigenous tourism experiences, and now for First Nations. I'm used to working and volunteering with others to spread the word about an idea, an opportunity, and invite people to engage. From chairing meetings such as the Assembly of First Nations, to volunteering with individuals to amplify their message, such as Phyllis Webstad and her orange shirt story. This past while, I've been thinking about us and a relationship to politics. First Nations, Métis, Inuit, status, non-status, just by being. As Indigenous people, we are inherently political. From how we refer to ourselves, to Section 35 of the Canadian Constitution, to whether or not we pay taxes. It feels like our business is made into everyone else's business. Today is the 20th anniversary of the Delgamuukw decision. December 11th, 1997, in Delgamuukw versus British Columbia, it was affirmed that the recognition of oral testimony by Indigenous people. I lift my hands to the Gitxsan for their trailblazing work, the mountains of preparation that they undertook to challenge British Columbia to uphold their ways of remembering and sharing their history. We have a unique way of relating to our lands and our waters that we have occupied since time immemorial. How we share our rights, our laws, and this deep relationship to our homelands is distinct. I am forever thankful that we can openly assert our way of expressing this unique relationship in the courts and to the general public. Yeah. We are relearning how to sit in the discomfort of disagreement. It may be 2018, and note to the tech up there, I won't be dropping my mic. But given the upheaval that we've had through these past 150 plus years, from trying to obliterate our existence literally through giving us smallpox-infested blankets to figuratively trying to kill the Indian inside the child, to not having the right to assemble, to vote, to hire a lawyer, but to name a few, we are used to not being heard. We're used to having to dig deep, to challenge, but we are no longer used to the more banal levels of disagreement. The art of the dialogue to find common ground is regularly tossed. Situations often escalate to confrontation and alienation. The social capital of trust and truth is quickly torn down, and a gaping hole of division can take its place. Let's be clear. When we fight amongst ourselves, it sure lightens the load of any government, as we're too caught up with each other than to move our mandates forward. Having been silenced for so long as Indigenous people, we are on our healing path. Many of the ways to move forward in a good way are included in the Truth and Reconciliation's 94 calls to action. These actions strengthen our collective foundation, actions for individuals and organizations, Indigenous and non-Indigenous. From my own experience in learning how to lean into discomfort, and from what I've also witnessed, to strengthen your disagreement stamina, I implore you to build your posse, your cheerleaders, your mentors, your truth tellers, the ones that you can check in with to help you ground, so that when you're challenged, you can be centered in your truth and respectfully assert your stance while exploring the view of another. As Indigenous people, being inherently political also means that we were born with intergenerational baggage. But we also have intergenerational wisdom. To move forward, taking time out to ground, be it as simple as a deep breath, a quick call to a friend, a more elaborate thing such as a smudge, a sweat, or another spiritual practice of your choice, or a good night's sleep, also helps us to reconnect to that gift of intergenerational wisdom from our ancestors. Give yourself permission. As people who have been silenced, marginalized, targeted, it's not obvious to step up and step out, unless it's of the most dire of situations. Yet, we do brave up and step out. More often than not, we're not invited to the table. We're obliged to assert our rights to be there all the way to the Federal Supreme Court of Canada, if we have to. Our messages can feel like it falls on deaf ears, or only to those who are already tuned in and standing with us. Nonetheless, I encourage you to step up and stand out. Speak your truth and share your perspective, knowing that in stepping out, well, FYI, you may be trailblazing. You might have a cricket's moment of silence. Or even worse, you may be immediately called out, challenged, or alienated. It may be uncomfortable. But as is our family motto, never give up, never give up, never give up. Why? Because you bring unique gifts and perspectives to the world. As Indigenous people, we have so much to offer. This is why I'm thankful for this initiative. Thank you, Tira. This freedom created by Raven Institute, a safe and nurturing space to express ideas and insights. To my Indigenous fam gen, all 1.7 million of you, of our First Nations, our Métis, and Inuit cousins, Canada needs you. Our children need you to step up and out. They need to hear, through your voice, our perspectives and truth. We make the world a better place when our views and ancestral wisdom is woven into the fabric of decision-making in our communities, in city halls, in our legislative assemblies, in the House of Commons, at the United Nations, however you feel called to express yourself and your worldviews, be it through politics, arts, or whatever vehicle of your choice. I say go for it and occupy your space of expression. And to conclude, please remember, our ancestors never relented. So give yourself permission to speak up, speak out, and take your place. Who knows who's watching you? Who knows who's being inspired by you? And who knows who's preparing to pick up the torch of your legacy to be a good ancestor? So I say, shine on my ancestors, shine on all my relations. Why